Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading. So you might be interested in that.
We are at the beginning of the last day of August, and things are looking pretty ugly. This is Bitcoin, and I've zoomed out, or kind of showing you our most recent little move here. 6 months ago we were in 50,000 land. We are in 20,000 land, and it's amazing. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to zoom into the 5-minute chart. Literally 15-20 minutes ago we were above 20,000, and the US markets come online 9 o'clock my time, but 11 o'clock Eastern time, and we just see these sell-offs. This has happened quite a few times. I'm not entirely sure all of the thoughts behind it, but whoever the whales are that are in the United States that are kind of directing price, I'm pretty sure they're reading the same charts I'm reading. It's interesting how sophisticated investors and sophisticated whales, they look at the same trends, and if you can kind of see what trends they are likely to look at, that's where you get your advantage. But they are putting the pieces together for quite a drop. And so kind of to further expound upon that, the reason why I use major averages in my trading is because it's sort of the idea of what the majority of people believe is what happens. So I don't like to get into these little, people will tell you, hey, this is a mystery indicator that no one's ever heard of, and it gives you this amazing advantage, and it calls this and calls that. I'm not interested in mystery indicators. The indicators that are the most used are the ones that people are trading off of. And that's usually what dictates the majority of the moves in the market. So when I'm looking at pretty vanilla stuff, where I'm looking at 50, 100, and 200 candle averages, and I'm not using exponential, I'm just using simple. Lots of pretty basic principles. I'll look at the RSI in my trading, just stuff that's very, very vanilla. And the reason why is that the majority of people make decisions the same way around the indicators that are most popular. So it's also fun because you get a lot better sense of where the market's headed. Anyway, the entire market, the trading world that knows anything about trading, is looking at the monthly chart. Look at this. Our close in June is 19,937.8. If we are even in the realm of the same area of that, I've already told you that this is a recipe for a down period. So I was having a conversation this morning, and they were like, "Oh man, when we get to 14, I'm gonna do this, or maybe I'll put orders even lower and this and that." I want you to realize that the the bottom of the market is fast and furious. Let me show you what I mean by that. There is not a lot of time to catch bottoms. When we were down here at 17,600, when we wicked down from, we were at 20,500, and in a matter of a single day, we dropped to below 18,000. This move markets don't give you time to decide whether you want to buy at 17,000. They are very fast. Okay, guys, what I was trying to do is I was trying to get onto the 5-minute candles and zoom back in on this drop to 17,600, just to show you how quick these things happen. There's so much emotion. It happens so quickly. There just aren't enough bars. I've waited too long. They only save so much data, so I was only able to scroll back to like, it was near beginning of July. This spike happened in June, and I couldn't quite scroll back that far. So I'm on the 15-minute chart. So this is as good as it's gonna get. But just look at this. You can see it from a 15-minute chart standpoint. This is the time we had to buy at 17, below 18. We had literally a move from about 18 to the 17.6. We had a wild swing, 18,300. Ended up closing at 17,700. And then we had one indecision bar and one candle that was a trend reversal candle. And so we had a grand total of about an hour. Sometimes it's worse. Like sometimes it'll drop and we'll have a quick wick and then we'll come back up and then we'll be bouncing sideways. And that's how these things usually play out. So if we do drop down below 20 and we start hitting 18 and 17,000, whatever the bottom is, it's going to be very fast. And we're not going to have a lot of time to do it. And so this is where traders are going to be, it's almost like you're never going to catch the exact bottom. You just have to be lucky, or you have to be, or you just miss it. If you're not lucky, you're going to miss it. Let's just put it that way. There's really no way to plan for the exact bottom. But you don't have to get the exact bottom to make a ton of money. You just want to average in when the fear is the greatest. So as time gets closer, we will see how it goes. And I will try to, I'll do my best to kind of give you some strategies of what to do. One of the strategies is to look at the 5-minute chart and really watch closely for real high volatility or anything that's showing a sign of a change of direction. It's really hard to hit the bottom. When I did manage to put an entry point in at I bought in at 18,800. It was pure. It was very lucky, and I had to take a smaller position because I knew that it could continue. You can't get it perfect. So anyway, don't stress too much about getting the exact bottom. In fact, it's almost better to wait for the bottom to be in and then get in later and just deal with some of the sideways and some of the other stuff. But I am fully expecting whatever this drop brings us is it. This is the last drop for sure. The other thing I wanted to talk about, so we'll move over to Ethereum really quick. Ethereum, we are expecting Ethereum to drop back to the 200-week moving average. And some of you guys were getting pretty nervous because we've spent some time up above 1600. So please take note of this advice. If you are nervous on any position, you are taking too large of a trade. The more nervous you are, it's an indication of too much invested. So when I take this position, I took a $10,000 position and I am down here. I started at 1,500. That's all the people on the Pro channel watched me make the trade. I'm upside down, and when I'm upside down at 1620 or whatever, my position's down by $3,000 or $4,000. I'm not losing sleep over $3,000 or $4,000. If you're losing sleep over whatever amount it is, you've got to take smaller positions. The only way to mitigate the emotions is to do things to reduce emotions. You've got to do things that take you a step back. When you've made a small trade and you have plenty of ammo if things go wrong, you're in the right place. So I'm fully capable and able to lose $4,000 or $5,000, $10,000. It's not going to be the end of the world for me. And so my trade size is a reflection of the risk I can handle. But look at this. Just by being patient, like yesterday, the main lesson was we have to wait for candles to close. And that's the exact same thing that's happening here. We have a candle that really got way above where a lot of people were comfortable. We're like, whoa, we're above our neckline. Everything's going wrong. No, we have no idea if things have gone wrong or not until 8 hours and 34 minutes from now. We have to wait for the candle to give us the data. We have information, like there's midday information here, but the close is where all the decisions are made. And so we can't make decisions mid-term here. So because we've been patient and because of kind of the way that the day has come, we got 2 rejections off the 50. So that's even better. And we need time for these bodies to kind of flatten out and start our trend back down. Things don't always just go directly. You can't make a trade and just expect it to just go exactly to your target. You have to let things oscillate. You have to be patient and wait for the days or weeks for your trade to move out. So it's a lesson for everybody, but there's a chance that we could close up here. I'm not going to be nervous. The second we close above the 50, that's when we start making changes in our trade. But right now, everything's in play. We're not losing any sleep over this trade. Everything looks fine. We will most likely hit our target. So so my job, just so you kind of know, what I'm doing in providing these videos and this conversation with you guys is to kind of help you stop thinking about trading as a casino. That we don't throw a ton of money into something and expect to make it, because what's going to happen is you're going to win a few battles and then lose the war for sure. What we want to do is take strategic, high probability trades over and over and over, where we may lose some battles, but we're absolutely going to win the war because we are putting ourselves in a position to not get liquidated, to have money on the side to recover, to be able to pivot when things go wrong, be able to take a few losses just so that we can set ourselves up for a perfect entry point when things go the right way. Like we're being strategic about this. And for those of you who just can't see how it works in practice, you've got to go and join the Pro channel at Crypto Influencers. It is it's very simple. There's very little emotion involved. It's just a game changer. Okay, so last couple things. We hit our bottom near the bottoms here. We're finding resistance at the neckline, which is absolutely picture perfect. We're below the 50. These are all bearish things. The 20 hasn't even come down. At some point, we're going to come down and have to test the 20. We can't even reach that yet. So we're probably going to come down here and spend some time, especially if Bitcoin has its close even remotely close to 20,000. It could be, things can move quickly when things start to break down. I don't know. I mean, Bitcoin could start, and it could happen within a few days of the monthly close. It could happen pretty fast, and then we could get the bounce that we're looking for. But those bottom candles are very big. They happen quickly, and they're very emotion filled, and it'll scare the crap out of everyone that's not ready. And we are sitting here. Hopefully everyone that's listening is 100% ready. So we are all in this together, and it's nice to have a place where we can talk together and chill each other out when we're getting emotional. But yeah, that's just why I'm a good trader. I'm able to be patient. I've figured out how to manage emotions, and I fully expect to make a lot of money this year. And it all has to do with being careful, being consistent. Don't let your emotions destroy your portfolio. It's just a couple of basic things. I mean, it's amazing. I've talked to many traders, and the successful ones are pretty chill. The ones that suck are very emotional. And there are a lot of people that proclaim to be great traders, and they've got indicators, they've got all these things. They just put themselves out as this beacon of knowledge. But if they are emotional and they don't stick to the plan, and they're changing their mind all the time, they're gonna get killed. There's no way. I guarantee none of them are showing you their portfolio. And so anyway, this is a good place. I think lots of people are going to be benefiting from what happens. And some of my positions are upside down, and I'm totally cool with it, because when things get going, you are going to be amazed. The days ahead after we bottom are going to be amazing, and it's going to happen for years. Once the bottom is in, like, that's the best opportunity to get in. And then it just pays off forever. It is so fun. Anyway, we will stop here, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.